Welcome back to NTV Weekend Edition, and now we cross over to Paris in France, where we have our NTV sports lead, that's Bernard Ndong, who is at the Olympics. Bernard, good evening, and give us a sense of what's happening today, what the update is, and how is Kenya's space at the moment.
Well done, thank you so much. I'm outside the Stade de France. Of course, this is the venue that is hosting the athletics program. Remember, this same venue was the one that was hosting the Rugby Sevens in the past week. So it's one of those venues that are hosting two major sport events. Rugby Sevens, which has already concluded, Kenya Sevens was in action in that one. The athletics program that's currently underway. And obviously, most Kenyans will be very keen to see how the Kenyans will perform at the Olympic Games. Now, what is very fascinating is the fact that in the morning program, there was the 1,500 meters where Kenyans, of course, were in action. I'll just give an update regarding those specific races. Brian Komen, Timothy Cheruiyot, Reynold Kipkorir. Those are the three athletes who have advanced to the next stage. And that is the semi-finals of the 1,500 meters. And now to give an update regarding a race that is highly anticipated, and that is the 10,000 meters final, which is going to be happening later this evening. And that is happening at around 10:20 p.m. East African time, and that is around 9:20 p.m. France time in Paris. Now, a few moments ago, we had the 5,000 meters that was obviously the qualifying heats, and Kenyans were also in action. Faith Kipyegon was the focus, obviously, in her specific heat. And then there was also Margaret Chelimo in that same heat as well. And then Beatrice Chebet was in the other heat. Now, how this works is very simple. Now, the top 8 athletes in those two heats are the ones who qualify for the final. So there's no other qualifying round. So they just have 2 rounds. That is the qualifying one, the first one, and then the final that is going to be held later in the coming few days. So all the 3 Kenyans have earned their places into the final. And then there was also the 4x400 meters relay, which happened earlier. Unfortunately, Kenya didn't perform as per expectations. They finished 12th. Mixed relay means that it's a mix of female and male athletes competing in the race. Just allow me to hold my device here because it's a bit windy, which is good to some extent because it's been very, very, very hot here in Paris. The weather has been very unpredictable. We've had cold, we've had rain, we've had heat. In the morning, it's rainy, it's wet. By noon, the weather has changed. You can see the sun is glaring and it's quite hot. But what I can tell you for a fact is a lot of Kenyans will be very keen on focusing on the 10,000 meters final. Now, the Olympics is without controversy, Dan. Obviously, in the course of this week, there's a lot of talking points regarding the status of the River Seine. Now, the River Seine is similar to what we have in Kenya, which is the Nairobi River. Now, the Nairobi River of France, which is the Seine, there was issues with toxicity. So the triathlon event had to be postponed by a day because there was a bit of concern regarding the toxicity levels of the River Seine, which was being used for the triathlon. And then in the past 24 hours, we've seen a very, very interesting situation unfold in terms of boxing. So there's a boxer from Algeria. Her name is Iman Khalif. Now, Iman Khalif faced off against Angela Carini. Now, that fight ended because the Italian boxer left the bout about 45 seconds to the bout because she claimed that her opponent was quote-unquote not a woman. So it has raised a lot of controversy. It has become a very huge, it has caused quite a stir here in Paris as well as globally in terms of raising the issues of androgynous, raising issues of gender. And it's brought a very, very, very big debate regarding that. Now, to give you an update regarding that particular story is the fact that the boxer, that is the Italian, she has specified and said that she wants to meet or rather, the Italian Angela Carini wants to go and meet Iman Khalif to apologize. She wants to shake her hand. She wants to hug her because of the controversy that has come out regarding that bout. But that's the Olympics, that's the nature of the games. You can't miss controversy in such a major championship. But just to give you an update, Kenya will be hoping to win its first medal later this evening in the men's 10,000 meters. It will be Ugandans versus Kenyans versus Ethiopians. So that is one of the races that Kenyans will be very keen to watch.
Right. Thank you very much, Ndong, for that update. We shall be definitely looking out for more updates from yourself, as well as what the Kenyan team is going to be doing, the performance there. We have our sports lead, that's Bernard Ndong, who is in Paris in France. He's there for us for the Olympics. Now back to